Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
Ramji. Yes, Ramji.
Oh, great. I thought I'm alone. Why are you all muted? You can talk something, no? So how is things going? Everything's hopefully good.
Yes,
Yeah, very good.
I was just
Where
going
is
through the previous
yeah,
sessions. Just
yeah. You can do like a kind of review, what we read last week, like that. It will always be good to, restart.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was all saying about how to manifest a thought. I was just recollecting one of the sentences mentioned here.
Mm-hmm.
The mental healings in ancient times.
Yes.
We are in the fourth chapter.
Yeah.
Unoffi- Unofficial healers obtain remarkable results. We discussed on this point during the last session.
Yes.
Through strange and different techniques. So their techniques helped in improving the faith on the subject on whom they are working on.
Yes, if you remember the beginning, I think Parul had shared one audio from Claude Bristol. That is
Yes,
about
the power of
um,
your subconscious. The
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 power
faith
of
of will.
no, the power of belief.
Yeah. I remember now.
So it's all a matter of that. It's the thread that weaves the thread.
Yeah. These
Yeah.
days I'm
It,
feeling the more I'm repeating, the more lively it is feeling, the more realistic it is appearing to be.
yes. That's good.
In order for anything to have substance in the realm of mind, it must be thought of as actually existing there. How beautiful.
Yes. That is
Yeah,
right.
these all were done during the last session itself.
Yeah. So is the recording started, Omkar?
Yes, it started, Ram.
Okay, then I think we should start reading. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So then I am starting with the head
Yeah. Please go
miracles
on.
at various strengths. Shall I continue reading or is there anyone going to continue?
No. You anybody can read. It's not like mandatory that this person is going to read. So
Yeah,
just pick up and
okay
start
then.
reading. That's it.
Yeah. Miracles at various strengths throughout the world. It is an established fact that curses have taken place at various strengths throughout the world, such as in Japan, India, Europe, and America. I have visited several of the famous shrines in Japan. At the world famous shrine called Daibutsu, it is a gigantic divinity of bronze where Buddha is seated with folded hands and the head is inclined in an attitude of profound contemplative ecstasy. It is 42 feet in height and is called the Great Buddha. Here I saw young and old making offerings at its feet. Money, fruit, rice, and oranges were offered. Candles were lit, incense was burned, and prayers of petition recited. The guide explained the chant of a young girl as she murmured a prayer. bowed low, and placed 2 oranges as an offering. She also lit a candle. He said she had lost her voice, and it was restored at the shrine. She was thanking Buddha for restoring her voice. She had the simple faith that Buddha would give her back her singing voice if she followed a certain ritual, fasted, and made certain offerings. All this helped to kindle faith and expectancy, resulting in a condition of her mind to the point of belief. Her subconscious mind responded to her belief. To illustrate further the power of imagination and blind belief, I will relate the case of a relative of mine who had tuberculosis. His lungs were badly diseased. His son decided to heal his father. He came home to Perth, Western Australia, where his father lived, and said to him that he had met a monk who had returned from one of the healing shrines in Europe. This monk sold him a piece of the true cross. He said that he gave the monk the equivalent of 500 pounds for it. This young man had actually picked up a splinter of wood from the sidewalk, went to the jeweler's, and had it set in a ring so that it looked real. He told his father that just touching the ring or the cross healed many. He inflamed and fired his father's imagination to the point that the old gentleman snatched the ring from him, placed it over his chest, prayed silently, and went to sleep. In the morning, he was healed. All the clinic's tests proved negative. You know, of course, it was not the splinter of wood from the sidewalk that healed him. It was his imagination, aroused to an intense degree, plus the confident expectancy of a perfect healing. Imagination was joined to faith, or subjective feeling. In the union of the two brought about a healing. The father never learned of the trick that had been played upon him. If he had, he probably would have had a relapse. He remained completely cured and passed away 15 years later at the age of 89. How beautiful it is.
Yes. Sorry, ma, I was not able to unmute myself. Good evening, everyone. So this is such a wonderful, explanation, Pushkarni,
Yeah.
about how the subconscious is giving us the healing.
Yeah.
So anything you want to say? I just interrupted you. Sorry, I was so curious because my mic नहीं off हो रहा था.
It's all so clear. This point that it was his imagination aroused to an intense degree, plus the confident expectancy of a perfect healing. Those two, his faith and the subjective imagination, together brought out the healing. And we need
There
not
is one
even
more
know.
point here. It is. Yes, continue. Continue.
We need not even know that we are only healing it. Without the knowledge of the father, the simple trick of the son help the father heal totally. He cured completely. He got cured.
So it is like the power of imagination and blind belief. See?
Yeah,
Blind
belief.
Blind belief. So we carry so many blind beliefs. No? So if we understand that only the mind is playing the game, and so the blind belief can do wonders, and it can do all the reverse also. So to heal, somebody, if we use this power and we create a blind belief in somebody that this is like somebody is having trust on some gurus or some teachers. So how things are healing? Obviously the blessings are there. Obviously the prayers are there. Yeah. So this is one more wondrous thing which is actually teaching us a lot of. See, it is like the belief is your conscious and the subconscious. Both are getting together. So it is bringing the focus inside of imagining the health, So most of the time when we are not, in a state, with the physical body is not in a state to bring that mental body to the healing becomes literally a task. This is where the blind faith comes. Right? So this is how, suppose, like I remember when my father-in-law was suffering from this cancer, then we used to, often tell him that, this person has sent you this, we have brought this from this temple, we have brought this water from this temple. So earlier, even I was thinking that yes, the blessings worked, of course, because the blessings of our, the thoughts which were manifesting, like he should heal, from that he should come out. And miraculously, at the age of 75, having that 4th stage cancer, he actually recovered. So that was a big this thing. So I can say that it was his own, willpower, and it is all our faith collectively, which was like, whatever we are doing, he is going to be fine. So you can say, yes, blind belief, blind trust on certain things. But now as I'm reading, I'm understanding that how, it must be in him also a willpower to recover. It was our faith also, and on various doctors, on everything, even God. So everything was working just in that favor that he should heal, and he recovered. And even the doctors were surprised to see that at this age, how miraculously he has recovered from the cancer. It was evident. In fact, one of the doctors called that, Uncle Ji, you should come. You have been such an inspiration for us. You should come to the hospital to give, speech or something. He said, "You are an idiot. I don't want to come because I never had anything." He literally denied even that. He said, "I'm not going to come. मुझे कुछ हुआ ही नहीं था. Why should I come?" So I was zapped at this. Otherwise, I think normally people, when they are, healthy, they go and tell that this is our heal. He said, "I never had it. You all are idiots." He literally used to tell us this. आप पता नहीं तुम लोग क्या कर रहे हो, मुझे कहाँ लेके जा रहे हो, क्यों ले जाते हो, ठीक है मैं चला जाता हूँ, I'll enjoy. I have literally seen this thing in front of my eyes.
Yeah,
So
example of blind belief. How
yes,
strong his
blind
faith
belief.
is.
That is what now, how strongly he says, you all are idiots. I don't want to go. पता नहीं क्यों ले जाते हो, ठीक है चलता हूँ तुम्हारे साथ. He used to, enjoy the meals also. And I have seen him that as the cancer, we see the patients, they have their body hair loss and everything. I did not see that hair loss also happening on him. He was actually bald. तो सिर पे तो थे ही नहीं. But whatever body he had hairs on, even I have seen that even that hair fall wasn't there. Ulta, he recovered out of his own willpower and the strength. And doctors were surprised. They called him. Yeah, uncle, please come and give us a speech from Mumbai hospital. They had called that we have worked so hard on you as a team from various hospitals, so you should come. He said, I don't want. मुझे कुछ हुआ ही नहीं था. I'll not come. He denied. So these are, beautiful examples when we see in front of our eyes, and when we understand more deeply how things are going, it works wonders. Yes, shall we read ahead?
Yeah. One universal healing principle. It is a well-known fact that all of the various schools of healing effect cures of the most wonderful character. The most obvious conclusion which strikes your mind is that there must be some underlying principle which is common to them all, namely the subconscious mind, and the one process of healing is faith. It will now be in order to recall your mind once more the following fundamental truths. First, that you possess mental functions, which have been distinguished by designating one the conscious mind and other the subconscious mind. Secondly, your subconscious mind is constantly amenable to the power of suggestion. Furthermore, your subconscious mind has complete control of the functions, conditions, and sensations of your body. I venture to believe that all the readers of this book are familiar with the fact that symptoms of almost any disease can be induced in hypnotic subjects by suggestion. For example, a subject in hypnotic state can develop a high temperature, flushed face, or chills according to the nature of the suggestion given. By experiment, you can suggest to that he is paralyzed and cannot walk. It will be so. By illustration, you can hold a cup of cold water under the nose of the hypnotic subject and tell him it's full of pepper. Smell it. He will proceed to sneeze. What do you think caused him to sneeze?
Pushkani, one
The
minute,
water
one
or
minute.
the suggestion?
Pushkani, 1 minute. Is there some disturbance in your phone, or is there a problem in my listening? Is everybody listening to her voice clearly? Is everybody able to listen to Pushkani clearly? There is some
No,
disturbance.
there is some voice
No,
breaking.
there
Yeah,
was-
there is some
yeah.
voice breaking. And nice.
है ना? हाँ, हाँ, हाँ.
Oh, okay. Then anyone else can continue if there is some disturbance, maybe signal problem. I am not aware of it.
Because we missed some.
Yeah, yeah. Please, someone else
Any-
take up reading.
Divishri, you will read?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Do you want me to
Thank you,
like?
Pushkani. Thank you, Divishri.
Do you want me to continue, or can I start with
Yeah.
the above paragraph?
Yes, you can start with the above paragraph. It will be better.
Okay. Secondly, your subconscious mind is constantly amenable to the power of suggestion. Furthermore, your subconscious mind has complete control of the functions, conditions, and sensations of your body. I venture to believe that all the readers of this book are familiar with the fact that symptoms of almost any disease can be induced in hypnotic subjects by suggestion. For example, a subject in the hypnotic state can develop a high temperature, flushed face, or chills according to the nature of the suggestion given. By experiment, you can suggest to the person that he is paralyzed and cannot walk. It will be so. By illustration, you can hold a cup of cold water under the nose of a hypnotic subject and tell him this is full of pepper. Smell it. He will proceed to sneeze. What do you think caused him to sneeze? The water or the suggestion? If a man says he is allergic to Timothy grass, you can place a synthetic flower or an empty glass in front of his nose when he is in a hypnotic state and tell him it is Timothy grass. He will portray the usual allergic symptoms. This indicates that the cause of the disease is in the mind. Great. The healing of the disease can also take place mentally. You realize that remarkable healings take place through osteopathy, chiropractic medicine, and naturopathy, as well as through all the various religious bodies throughout the world. But it is obvious that all of these healings are brought about through the subconscious mind, the only healer there is. Notice how it heals a cut on your face caused by shaving. It knows exactly how to do it. The doctor dresses the wound and says, Nature heals it." Nature refers to natural law, the law of subconscious mind or self-preservation, which is the function of the subconscious mind. The instinct of self-preservation is the first law of nature. Your strongest instinct is the most potent of auto-suggestions. I think here one point is that this indicates the cause of the disease is in the mind. The healing of the disease can also take place mentally. This actually happened to me today, so I can't completely agree to this one.
If you wish, you can share your example.
I had like the same thing like last week. Like I not able to take everything positively this time. I had a very positive thing, but I don't know because of some anxiety or some. I'm little bit tensed, so automatically the negativity happened. So I also agree that there is a disease in my mind, that negative thought, so it killed completely the positivity that need to happen. So
you know Divishri, the important point is integrate the two words dis and ease. Disease is what? Dis-ease in the mind is a disease in the body.
Yes.
Okay. So any kind of dis-ease, whenever you have some anxiety, you're saying you are panicking about something, so it will occur. Eventually, it will not occur immediately, but eventually when we keep repeating a certain thought. See, there's the point here, one wisdom point I found here. He says that when there is, somebody in the hypnotic state, when you give him an illustration, if you tell them that they cannot walk, they will not be able to walk, right? So
Yes.
so when we tell a person, the subject, that you can here in this page 45 it's written now, by experiment you can suggest to the person that he is paralyzed and cannot walk. It will be so. So in we see people like this, how if we have the power to change and we shift our mind to thinking from what they are presently to what they can become, right? So that is the
Yes.
point where he's saying that the disease, maybe if we are accepting that the other person is not healthy, but if we start telling ourselves that person is healthy, so in my own mind, I don't need the other person to think whatever now, because in my own mind, when I am putting my thought to that person, I'm subjecting a healing authority to him, right? So the subconscious there will start getting the same. So that is why it says that whenever somebody is sick, if you have a very happy family and a supportive environment around you, you heal quickly. That is the reason, because everybody has a vibe of, yes, you can do it, you can get up nicely, and this is just a temporary phase. So people keep on motivating you. So when you get motivated, the aura changes, the mindset changes, you feel that support of the family being with you always. So that becomes the strength of the soul to rise again, to come up again. That is what motivation is all about. Correct? So
Mm.
if we start understanding that how patience works here, so that instead of focusing on whatever is there, if we start focusing on what we want, right, in our own mind, the person of a person from a paralyzed position to becoming a healed person, if just thought power can do, see what a miracle we have. So what we do is we just keep on one thing, I remember when I was talking about my father-in-law, one thing unconsciously I did, like I told everybody in my house that let us tell that Papa is fine, whenever somebody calls us, because repeating the same story becomes very, very disturbing. So let us tell everybody that Papa is getting better. Unconsciously, now I realize that as all of us are talking the same thing, that inner strength he also got. And then when he showed that willpower, it was like a loop. We all were in that same for 2.5 years. We were, the money was going and everything was, and you feel like, what is the end? But yes, actually, the day I still remember the day when I came to the hospital and the doctors were saying that Uncle Ji, it's a miracle you've been out of this, and now your next chemo might be after 6 months. Might be, मतलब अगर आपको जरूरत पड़ी तो. So then it will recover that वो 1 साल में शायद एक बार हो. But believe me, 6 महीने एक बार हम गए ही नहीं. We never went to the hospital for that because he recovered completely. So the auto suggestions, now I am remembering, the auto suggestions we gave, the decisions we took at that time, actually it was the power of the subconscious, and I think it worked collectively that time for all of us. So this is what he's saying, that so in fact whatever the nature heals it, the nature refers to the natural law, the law of the subconscious mind of self-preservation. See, which is a function of the subconscious mind to preserve, to protect everything. So the thought needs to shift from describing something as a disease in front of us to describing that I am healed. Getting my point, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else, Ramji? Something to add?
No, nothing. We'll continue reading.
Okay. Yes. Continue, Divisha.
Widely different theories. It would be tedious and unprofitable to discuss to any great extent the numerous theories advanced by different religious sects and prayer therapy groups. There are a great number who claim that because their theory produces result, it is therefore the correct one. This, as explained in this chapter, cannot be true. You are aware that there are all types of healings. Franz Anton Mesmer, an Austrian physician who practiced in Paris, discovered that by applying magnets to the diseased body, he could cure that disease miraculously. He also performed cures with various other pieces of glass and metals. He discontinued this form of healing and claimed that these cures were due to animal magnetism, theorizing that the substance was projected from the healer to the patient. His method of treating disease from then on was by hypnotism, which was called mesmerism in his day. Other physicians said that all his healings were due to suggestion and nothing else. All of these groups, such as psychiatrists, psychologists, osteopaths, chiropractors, physicians, and all the churches are using the one universal power resident in the subconscious mind. Each may proclaim the healings are due to their theory. The process of all the healings is a definite, positive, mental attitude, and inner attitude or a way of thinking called faith. Healing is due to a confident expectancy which acts as a powerful suggestion to the subconscious mind, releasing its healing potency. One man does not heal by a different power than another. It is true he may have his own theory or method. This is only there is only one process of healing, and that is faith. There is only one healing power, namely your subconscious mind. Select the theory and method you prefer. You can rest assured. If you have faith, you shall get results.
If you have faith, you shall get results. So how important it is, to maintain that blind faith. Actually, it is a blind faith. No, only when we trust somebody blindly, we know that it will work. It works.
Yes.
And to believe in our own self, that is more important. Right? So here he's saying that all of these groups. So every doctor, everybody, they some or the other, they are trusting themselves only. That yes, I can treat this person, I can heal this person, the surgery is going to go well, this treatment is going to go well. So whosoever a healer or somebody is doing, they are just believing in their own mind that yes, the person is going to heal. So that gives you a boost of confidence also, and that is the point which is actually happening, right? So anybody has to say something? Shweta ji, any thing, or Kalivarti, anything, any story you can recollect? Ritika?
No from my side.
ओके रितिका आपको क्लियर हो रहा है पॉइंट? आप अनम्यूट हो. I can't hear you if you are speaking.
No, I'm listening for now. I'll join up again to speak.
हाँ, no problem. I'm talking to Ritika.
Yes, ma'am. I'm audible, ma'am.
हाँ, आपको समझ में आ रहा है पॉइंट?
हाँ मैम, समझ में आ रहा है.
हाँ, ऐसे कुछ पूछना है आपको या कुछ बताना है, कुछ भी, एनीथिंग?
नहीं मैम.
अच्छा चलो. ठीक है, let's continue. Continue, Divish.
Can I read?
Yes, yes.
Views of Paracelsus. Philippus Paracelsus, a famous Swiss alchemist and physician who lived from 1493 to 1541, was a great healer in his day. He stated what is now an obvious scientific fact when he uttered these words: whether the object of your faith be real or false, you will nevertheless obtain the same effect. Thus, if I believed in Saint Peter's statue, as I should have believed in Saint Peter himself, I shall obtain the same effects that I should have obtained from Saint Peter. But this is superstition. Faith, however, produces miracles, and whether it is true or false faith, it will always produce the same wonders. The views of Paracelsus were also entertained in the 16th century by Pietro Pomponazzi, an Italian philosopher and contemporary of Paracelsus, who said, "We can easily conceive the marvelous effects which confidence and imagination can produce, particularly when both qualities are reciprocated between the subjects and the person who influences them. The cures attributed to the influence of certain relics or the effect of their imagination and confidence. Quacks and the philosophers know that if the bones of any skeleton were put in the place of saints' bones, the sick would none the less experience beneficial effects if they believed that they were vertebral relics. Then, if you believe in the bones of saints to heal, or if you believe in the healing power of certain waters, you will get results because of the powerful suggestion given to your subconscious mind. It is the latter that does the healing."
So this is so interesting now. Shweta, if you remember, you were telling us last week that you had gone to the court and you were holding a glass of water and you were doing the affirmations. Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
And see, this is the same thing coming up. So whatever you are doing, actually, you are actually activating your own subconscious mind.
Correct. Yes.
And you are believing in the power of the water because ultimately it is going within you only.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So this is so nice.
Yes.
Now, if you believe in the bones of the saint to heal, or if you believe in the healing power of certain waters, you will get results because of the powerful suggestion given to your subconscious mind. So it is the latter that does the healing. Are you
Yes.
getting what you are
It's like,
doing?
yes, yes, yes. It's like I'm putting a seed. Then also coming to the basic itself, it's like we are seeding it so that it will grow and multiply.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So actually, it is like you are activating your own subconscious mind through various
Correct.
ways.
Yes. Again, the new type of neuron connections
Yes.
in the brain.
Yes. So here, one more point on page 47, the second last paragraph. See, he is in the last, I should all have obtained from Saint Peter, but that is superstition. Faith, however, produces miracles. And whether it is true or false faith, it will always produce the same wonders. See? Whether it is
Yes.
true or
Yes.
false faith means whether it is right or wrong, it will produce the result as per your faith.
Correct.
Right?
Many times
So,
we will be coming across the things like that doubts arises, that fear arises. We lose that hope. Somewhere it will start winning out that hope. Again, if we start like, no, I'll go to see. This is what happened today for me. I just wanted to clean my washings and everything. I was like, how can I do this? This is such a straining job. I thought it for a second like that. But then again, I fixed my mind. Oh, this I'll do it. I'll finish it off. That's all I fed my mind. So without any kind of stress or strain, yes, I did it. That's all. And it got over. So
So it
without
was
any
like
stress, I
least,
really didn't even feel like I'm going lethargic also after doing all those jobs.
yes, it is the power, least resistance, you can say.
Correct.
You did something with the least resistance, because why do we procrastinate? We procrastinate either we are not able to do something, or we are not, that is not our priority,
Finish.
right? So when it becomes something as a priority, then we start, focusing on it more. And then we leave that procrastination, we leave, all the excuses we are giving to ourselves. Only when we take it, yes, now I have to do it. Now I have to do it. I have no choice. Mostly we come at that point when we have no choice. And then we do it. But otherwise,
Parulji, this point is
Yes.
reminding me something. I just want to share an example
Sure.
which has happened with my father. My father met with an accident in 2011. So his right hand was broken. Even after the operation, the hand was not proper. After that, he couldn't recover totally. The problem was still there. He was facing the issue in using right hand for office works also and for driving also. So after 7 years of his accident, I was feeling that there was a necessity for my father to drive a bike. But the doctors, whomever he had consulted, they told him that at least little amount of pressure which is kept on that right hand would worsen the situation, because the hand was not totally recovered. The bones were not tightly joined after the operation also. He has undergone 2-3 operations, but the condition was not totally cured. So at that time, understanding the situation, that the necessity for him to drive a bike for fulfilling the daily needs, so I started driving a bike, making my father sit on the back seat. I started driving a scooty, taking him to the office. I did so for only 2 days. Actually, I had undergone operation. That was, I just delivered my first baby at that time, just few months prior to that situation. So after driving, I started, inducing my father that I had actually suffered a lot of pain after first delivery because of some peculiar issue which I got, that is called pubic synthesis, which doesn't allow the legs movement properly even after delivery. Those symptoms sustained in me for few years. So I started telling to my father that this is just few months after my delivery. Though I have the severe pain in my legs, I don't want you to suffer. That's why I started driving for you. And when you have undergone the operation and the accident 7 years ago, though the doctors have said to you that it's not okay for your right hand to drive, why can't you try once? When even the doctors told me also many things, but without caring all that, I started driving for you. You just try and
Pushkani, 1 minute.
try
Pushkani,
once.
we have few seconds left, so you can continue.